Madhu. Madhu means honey. Sweet. Sudana means Bhagavan is anti-diabetic. He destroys all sweetness. Oh, so what? He destroys sweetness means our fascination for the sweetness of the world he destroys. Why? Because he is the sweetest. If you have something more sweet, then all our fascination for the less sweet goes away. So Madhusudana means what? He is Madhuradipate Akhilam Madhuram. So every part, every aspect of his is so sweet that our fascination for the sweetness of the world only goes. Our attraction for the world goes. That is why he is called Madhusudana. Of course, there was a demon also whom Madhu Kaitabha. He slayed them. Okay. So, what is Adhyatma in this body? That also. Okay. Then seventh question. Prayana kalecha, at the time of departing from this body, katham jnayosi niyatatma bihi. People may be, following this path and having, some self-control, etc. Pursuing this path, this knowledge, trying to know you, etc. But what is the guarantee that they will know you even while departing from this body? Because I have heard that when the jiva departs, it's very difficult to remember the Lord. So how does that happen? What is the way of ensuring that? And how means not just how is it possible, but how means in what way does the jiva know you while departing? So here departing it is not in the limited sense of dying. It is also in the understanding, a comprehensive understanding of the term of means moving beyond the body consciousness or body identification. That also is included. We will see when it is explained. But how will a person departing from the body know you? In what way? And how will it be possible also? So all these 7 questions Arjuna asked. Such kind of questions in the Bhagavad Gita and also in various Upanishads, etc. we find. This only gives us an understanding of our culture, that there was always encouragement to ask in the spirit of wanting to know. So if it is the right spirit, the Guru will answer. And there are certain places where we find that the disciple is not asking in the right spirit. The Guru does not answer. Guru is silent only. Doesn't say anything. So silent treatment also is given to certain disciples. So this is there. But in the right spirit, if you ask in a spirit of inquiry, in a spirit of wanting to get that knowledge with that humility, of course it is encouraged. So 7 questions Arjuna asked. You know what Arjuna asked? If we look at all questions throughout the Gita, wherever Arjuna has asked, Bhagavan has made him ask. Because he has brought him to a juncture where Arjuna has no other, and he is a thinking person, he is very honest, he is very straightforward. That is his quality. So when he was brought to that place, that question was obvious to him. That okay, but what about this? Because I can't move on without understanding this completely. So tell me. So even in the 6th chapter and all, he is directly said, where in which culture do we see that a disciple directly tells the Guru saying that what you are preaching is impractical? He has said towards the end of the 6th chapter, he said, it doesn't seem to be practical to me. I don't think this is possible. What you quietening the mind? Is it possible to quieten the mind? Can you catch hold of the wind? It is not possible. So that kind of, which means what? He wanted to practice, and that is why he is challenging. That spirit of inquiry has to be appreciated. So here 7 questions. Now Bhagavan says, very good. And it is not actually, sometimes we say, don't waste my time. There was this father who was reading the newspaper. This child came, Papa, why is the sky blue in color? Why not any other color? I don't know. Go play. After some time, Papa, these flowers, where do they get this fragrance from? I don't know. Go and. Okay. After some time, why do we have to eat every few hours? Why do we feel hungry? What is the problem? I don't know. Now go. Now the mother was hearing, she was inside the kitchen. So she was hearing this time and again he was going and pestering the father. Father was not getting angry, but he was again and again brushing him away. So then the mother shouted from inside that, Arey, Chunnu, no, don't disturb your father now. So this father is saying, Arey, don't stop him. If he doesn't ask, how will he learn? What will he learn? That my father knows nothing. Encourage, ask questions. I may not give answers, but you ask. That is the way of learning. Thank God Bhagavan is not like that. He is answering all questions. Every question is answering. So the first 6 questions he mentions because he has already answered them. He has talked about them in the previous chapter. The 7th question he takes up for elaboration in this chapter. So now let's see. The 3rd verse. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Aksharam Brahma Paramam. Aksharam Brahma Paramam. Swabhavodhyatma Muchyate. Swabhavodhyatma Muchyate. Bhuta Bhavodbhavakaraha. Bhuta Bhavodbhavakaraha. Visargah Karma Sangitaha. Visargah Karma Sangitaha. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Bhagavan replied. He said, first question was what? Kim Tad Brahma? What is that Brahma? So he says, Aksharam Brahma Paramam. Brahma is definition. Paramam Aksharam. What is the definition of Brahma? Brahma means, in what sense is Bhagavan referring to that word in the previous chapter? That he is saying. That here, what I mean by Brahman is Paramam Aksharam. Akshara. Kshara means that which gets destroyed, decayed or changing, that which keeps on changing, that which undergoes modification, that which slowly decays, diminishes, that is called Kshara. Akshara means that which does not undergo any change. So Aksharam. So it doesn't undergo any change. Okay. Now as far as if the meaning of Brahma is Veda, then Veda also knowledge. Knowledge doesn't undergo any change. Yeah, it doesn't undergo any change. But Brahmana is not there. That is not the meaning here. Because Aksharam it is said. But Akshara, there is another word meaning. Akshara means a syllable. And in the scriptures only, Akshara also is referred to as Om Ityeka Aksharam Brahma. There is one Akshara, one syllable called Om that indicates the Supreme. It was said. It will be said in Gita also later. In the 17th chapter it will come. So Om, it will be talked about. In here also it will be. So Om is mentioned in various places in the scriptures as Akshara. Akshara means what? Syllable. But are we talking about that? No. Because it is after all a sound. It is no doubt a sound symbol of the Supreme, but it is after all a sound. Sound means it will start, it will end also. Here Akshara, in that sense it is not true. And secondly, whatever we may call as not changing, etc., but Aksharam Paramam. Paramam means supremely unchanging. So now even if it is one avatara, one form of the Lord, that form also, there is no birth. He was, birth means the Lord doesn't go through this birth and death like we do, but there is a time when he manifests or he appears, and then there are lots of things he does, and then at the end he comes to the close of his entire journey. So that this whole thing, whatever he wanted to do, he finished, he withdrew, he went. Okay, but there is some change that we see. So not even an avatar, not even anything with attributes, any gunas, it will undergo change. Anything with attributes. There will be degrees. Yes, we may say he is supremely compassionate, no doubt. Supreme, compassionate. So there is compassion. Now compassion is there, its expression is also there. And its expression can be varied. Sometimes killing a demon is his compassion. And sometimes saving somebody's life is his compassion. So how does it express? That can vary. So in all these things, maybe in essence that never changes, but there are changes that happen, that are at least apparent. But something that is beyond everything, the supreme Aksharam, what is that? So that is the nameless, formless, attributeless, that supreme divinity, the consciousness, Paramatma, which is referred to here as Brahma. That infinite reality, that substratum of this entire creation, this entire universe, whether the creation is there or not, it does not affect the substratum. We have a plate. On the plate, food is served. I eat. Then wash the plate. So food came, it was eaten, it was washed, plate remains as it is, substratum. That doesn't undergo change. So this whole entire universe, this creation, manifested, went through its all different phases, gone. Brahma, Paramam Aksharam, doesn't change and is supreme. There is nothing beyond it. With respect to that which is experienced, the one who experiences is more permanent and more changeless. For example, if I am watching a movie, the scenes in the movie change, but my eyes do not undergo change. My eyes may undergo change, but not as fast as the movie that is undergoing change. The senses are more changeless with respect to what it is seeing. But the changes that the eyes undergo, compared to that, mind is more changeless. Mind is watching mind knows the eyes. So that way, the one that is experienced is more changing than the one who is experiencing. But mind also undergoes change. But who knows the mind? The one who knows the mind doesn't undergo that change. This one who knows, there is nothing beyond this knower. Paramam means beyond this there is nothing. Beyond the visuals, eyes are there. Beyond the eyes, mind is there. Beyond the mind, I am watching. Beyond me, nobody is watching me as an object. I am not available for objectification. I know me as myself only. So there is nothing beyond me. That is called Paramam. There is nothing after that. That changeless, supreme, beyond which there is nothing else, that Aksharam Paramam is Brahma. And about this, Bhagavan has already talked about in the 7th chapter. He has mentioned this. So now he is only indicating that, okay, this word I mean in this meaning, which I have already explained to you, Arjuna. So this much is enough for Arjuna, who has listened to the 7th chapter properly, with attention, and also remembers what was said in the 7th chapter. But I don't understand this. That's why I said, for Arjuna this is sufficient, because he listened to the 7th chapter, understood it correctly, and remembered also what is said. But then you are not answering my question. I am not able to understand, because this is sufficient for Arjuna, who has listened, understood, and he still remembers. So we need to flip some pages, go through things, then we will, Aksharam Brahma Paramam. Okay, understood. Okay. Then, Swabhavo Adhyatma Muchyate. Adhyatma means what? Not in the spiritual and all. Atma means self. Atma Katha means story of myself. Atma Vishwas. So self-confidence. So Atma word itself means self, me, I. So Adhyatma means related to me, I, Adhyatma. Now see, when we say Brahma, the word Brahma means infinite. Now infinite, we may say that, okay, that never changes. Now in this world everything changes, but the substratum of this world, which is Brahman, doesn't change. That way we understand, referring to the word Brahma. But when it comes to anything related to the self, how do we relate to the self? I. I means what? That I, the one who is knower of the movie also, knower of the eyes also, knower of the mind also, everything I know. The supreme ultimate knower, who cannot be known as an object. The witness to everything. Now as the witness, I can recognize self when I use the word Atma. Brahma, I recognize as the substratum of this universe. Atma word, I recognize as the witness to all my experiences. But here when he is saying Swabhavaha, what it means is, Swabhava, please do not translate again, because these are all familiar words. We have to understand that Bhagavan is also using in a particular sense. Swabhava, nature. Spirituality is my nature. So I don't have to do anything. No, not nature, not in that sense. Swabhava, Swa means me. Bhava means presence, existence. So that same Brahman, which is recognized as I, is called Adhyatma. Swabhava, I am. See, whenever we talk about ourselves, we are asked, okay, you introduce yourself. We speak many sentences. All the sentences will start with I am. After I am, whatever is the third word, we will find it is not me. I am young, I am old. Who is young or old? Body. I am tall, I am short. I am heavy, I am light. I am fair, I am dark. Everything body related. No, not like that. I am happy, I am sad, I am angry, I am agitated, I am peaceful. It's all mind. I am confused. What do you want to say? I am understanding everything. I am knowledgeable. So all this, everything that it's talking about the intellect. So all these are instruments. Body, mind, intellect. So after I am, any word I use is really not me. Then what is Adhyatma? What is that self? That self is Swa, I, Bhava, am, existence. I am, Swa, Bhava. Without anything said after that. So no matter layers. Swa, Bhava means I am. That is Adhyatma. Now you translate it as spirituality and understand what is spirituality. Knowing myself as existence and not as any of these instruments. Swabhavo Adhyatmam Uchyate. And what is this? As the inner self, as the one who is the witness of all my experiences, is not different from Brahman. This is the main point here. What did Bhagavan say? You will know Brahman, you will know Adhyatma also. So you taught about two things, Bhagavan. What was the first statement Bhagavan made? You will know me completely. You will know me in totality. Everything about me you will know. So what is the subject matter of knowledge? How many are there? One only. Now it is referred to as Brahman also, it is referred to as Adhyatma also. What does it mean? That these two are not two different entities. And this is the most challenging aspect, this is the central idea of Vedanta, and this is the most difficult to understand, absorb or accept also. Why? Because I understand Brahman separately, substratum of the universe, infinite reality. I understand self separately, that the witness of my body, mind, intellect and its all experiences and actions, the one who knows everything, beyond which there is nothing else, which can never be objectified. Yes, understood. These two separately I know. But this Atma and Brahman are one and the same. How can that be? That is a problem. But that is knowledge. So here, that person will know Brahman, that person will know Atman, does not mean separately. They are not two different things. He will know me as Brahman, he will know me as Atman. In the 13th chapter, Bhagavan, it will come. He says, this body is like the field of experience or knowledge. And the one who knows this body, the knower of the body, that is that consciousness. Oh, so now how many consciousness? One per body. But immediately in the next verse he says, I am that consciousness which is the knower of all bodies. This is where it becomes difficult. Our buddhi cannot comprehend this. But we squeeze and wrestle with this idea. There is nothing wrong, because after wrestling, once we are, thrown down, Now I can't think anymore. Keep quiet for some time then. And when the mind quietens, then what I experience? So that alone remains. The chatter of the mind gets over. It calms down. What remains is me only. Because I don't have to experience something else other than myself. I have to know myself. To meet myself, I don't need any other mediator. So, Brahma, infinite reality, imperishable, supreme, Adhyatma, the witness, who is experienced as, recognized as I am. The same Brahman is experienced and recognized as I am. If it is recognized as that or this or anything in third person, then we have not understood Brahman also. This is the central idea. So we will continue in the next class tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.